What's happening, good people? How we doing on this Friday morning? Welcome back. This is Anthony L. Kelly with Bajillion 138. Yes, 138. Oh man, it's been Lord, it's been good, man. It's been really good. I can't say that every day, but today I'm feeling pretty good. So pouring up some water, just drunk a cup of coffee. Y'all know I like to pour my water in my coffee cup and savor the rest of my coffee, I guess. I don't know why I do that, but I'll do it. Let's put some music on right now. Let's go ahead and put on some music. Bajillion track. This is a track, well, two tracks I joined together that my son made for me. Well, he just made these tracks, sent them out, and I stole them. I'm sorry. I love these tracks, though. I'm going to turn that down a little bit, though. Let me turn this down a little bit. I really have to quack the ritual down pack nowadays. Come up, light up my incense. Light up my little incense. Turn on my light. I got a ring light right there, looking right at it right now. What else I do? Oh, I post my other video from yesterday. That's why you guys get the videos a day late. Come in, turn on the video, turn on the camera, bring up Microsoft Word, wherever I left off, put the music on, and we get started rock and rolling. All right, I appreciate y'all for being here. All the future y'alls. I appreciate y'all for being here because I'll show you how many views I'm getting right now. Y'all hold tight. Let me show you. So you guys will know. I'm not fibbing. Hold tight. All right, so this is where I'm at right now. Let's look at videos. I just posted a video 8 minutes ago. You see it has 0 views. 1 day ago, 2 views. This is a Will Smith video I did a reaction to his album based on a true story. Got 7 views on that. One view on 135. Bajillion 134, one view, and all of these 1 views, that's me. Bajillion 133, 1 view. Got 3 views, yay, on Bajillion 132, and I thank those 2 people who watched. This is an Elon Musk video, just showing how this is the first time I realized Elon Musk was a joke, y'all, when he brought the cyber refrigerator on stage. When he brought that cyber refrigerator on stage and threw a metal ball at the glass, and the glass wasn't supposed to break, and it broke not once but twice. I said, oh, he's a genius, huh? Anyways, 5 views on Bajillion 131. That was 8 days ago. Hey, I thank all 4 of you. Okay, 1 view, 4, 2. So yeah, 4. This is proof. And y'all look at the dates now. Today's date is April 4th. Happy birthday to my nephew yesterday. His birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday to Brian. But anyways, let's get back to the story at hand, y'all. Y'all hold tight. Okay, again, this is Bajillion 138. 138. We're gonna pick it up here in the green. And y'all put me on, man. You cooking breakfast for your husband or your wife or your kids, put me on. You got that long drive where you driving, 400 miles and you just want something to listen to. You put me on unless you get sleepy now, because I don't want you to fall asleep. If you're one of those people who narcolepsy, that was a big thing back in the day too. I don't hear about narcolepsy anymore. What happened to narcolepsy? But anyways, if you do want to go to sleep, and my voice is the type of voice to put you to sleep, put me on at night, put some earbuds in. Anyways, let's get it. Some thought it was the medicine that had caused her mental decline. Let me take a sip of water, y'all. Some thought it was the medicine that had caused her mental decline. Let me turn this down a little bit. I'm trying to get my voice right. I want you guys to hear what I'm saying and have the music in the background. Some thought it was the medicine that had caused her mental decline. What once gave her enough vigor to perform now made her lethargic, too sleepy and worn out to function during the day. One prescription had to be countered by another, and a new prescription had to be countered by some other experimental pill or shot. Excuse me, I want to get the mic, I want to be comfortable, y'all. And I'm still learning too. Now, y'all, remember this. This is a process that, this is not the easiest thing to do. Have a camera in your face, a microphone in your face, while writing in real time an actual book. That's not the easiest thing to do. Remember that. Okay? Please keep that in mind. I'm doing it. Some thought it was a medicine that had caused her mental decline. What once gave her enough vigor to perform now made her lethargic, too sleepy and worn out to function during the day. One prescription had to be countered by another, and a new prescription had to be countered by some other experimental pill or shot. Shug would oftentimes awaken at night to find his mother wandering aimlessly throughout the house. He and his daughter Penny, me and my wife are watching a show called Love on the Spectrum. And I just saw, not yesterday, but the day before that, we watch it every day. This young lady, her name is Georgie. Oh my gosh, she is the cutest. She's on the spectrum. She's like the really sweetheart. And her and my guy, I think his name is Connor. Connor has this we've been watching every season because these people are like some of the nicest, sweetest. I'm talking, if you ever wondered if there are any good people left on this planet, watch this show. Because we have people in my family who are on the spectrum, but I never really hang around them like that. I got one cousin in particular that she's like one of my favorite cousins. She's really sweet too. But anyways, Georgie, this young lady, Connor was having trouble. Every season he just strikes out. He's vain. He's real nice, but he's vain. He thinks he's so handsome, and he has all these different quotes from movies. He watches a lot of movies, so he's autistic people. Sometimes they get so fascinated with something that they just obsessed over that thing. Anyways, he's a movie buff. So they've been trying to hook him up because it's a like a love connection show, right? They've been trying to hook Connor up so every show, and I'm like, Connor is one of those, maybe he's not ever gonna find his love, And James is another one. I don't think James is. Well, maybe James has. But anyways, Connor. Today's Friday, Thursday. So Wednesday we was watching, and they hooked Connor up with this girl named Georgie, and when Georgie came around the corner, I'm like, okay, she seems really, her body language, the way she, her smile, she really seemed genuinely like the nicest person on the planet. And Penny is also, I was telling my wife, Penny is also on the spectrum. I may have to change Penny's character up. I want to actually change the name to Georgie now, because I have an idea of how I want this character to go. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see, because Georgie is like the nicest, sweetest, and Connor, I think his name is Connor. Connor is like head over heels in love with her after meeting her twice. All he does, like I said, these people, they obsess over things, and he said all he can think about is her, and this, that, and the other. So I'm like, man, I might have to make Penny Georgie. But Penny is going to, later on in the story, Penny is going to, there's another character who's also, a special needs person. They're gonna get together, and I got a few scenes in my head, and this show is helping a lot. Anyways, I'm talking way too long about that. Let's get back to the story at hand. Now, where were we? One prescription had to be countered by another, and a new prescription had to be countered by some other experimental pill or shot. Shug would oftentimes awaken at night to find his mother wandering aimlessly throughout the house. He and his daughter Penny were constantly going back and forth trying to keep up with the latest cure for what was thought to be severe depression. I won't go into why that's highlighted. Though he was there at the party having a moderately good time, his thoughts were on the lady he most adored. And now a troubled son who'd come back in town for the worst of reasons. There was also his daughter-in-law, a woman who never saw her life turning out the way it did. Left with 2 children, she could not be protected. Left with 2 children, she could not have predicted the spinning meteor of manipulation that came from a man she still loved. What no one knew that night is that things were about to take a turn for the very worst. No one but the spirit thing, the one now there at the picnic table, invisible to the naked eye, but so present and patiently sitting by Jacob's side. "Are you sure?" asked Henry as he took a sip of his wife's lemonade. "Yeah, this is it. I know my stuff, Hank," Suge replied. "Hell, just look around," he added, licking his lips while motioning his mouth to get a better taste. Henry began scanning the room, surveying those at the party. As the taste grew more familiar, what he saw in those few seconds was enough to convince him that the drink in the punch bowl was for sure mixed with the concoction Suge had made for his son to take back to New Jersey. As the music and lights continued, he saw without a doubt evidence of Suge's claim. While one of the world's most worldly songs played, Juvenile's Back That Thing Up. Mr. and Mrs. Wallace, Mr. and Mrs. Albertson were dancing along on beat as though they were in their 20s at their first picnic. It looked as though they'd heard and danced to the song hundreds of times in private. Having her husband pinned in a corner, Mrs. Albertson was following Juvie's instructions to the T. She was backing that thing up until she couldn't back it up any further. Aside to those two having the time of their lives, Suge and Henry were having trouble concentrating on the conversation, trying to figure out how the substance was added to the bowl. Suddenly, Lupe walked over to the 2 men. "Hey guys," he said with an uncanny smile. "Is this?" The man pointed to his cup. I don't know what the punctuation should be here, but yeah, we think so, Henry confirmed. "Great idea," he said before pulling Maria on the dance floor. Together the 2 danced their way next to the Albertsons and seemed to challenge the religious couple to a Back That Thing Up contest. Before long, someone turned the music up louder and the party took off like an MX missile. I'm gonna leave that. I don't care. Come on now, don't lose your typing skills. I see, I got before long like 3 times in a row. Man, y'all gotta excuse me this morning. I'm trying to keep it together, but I guess I got a capital. My goodness. Come on, man. Remember, I'm freestyling, please. I know people, future people. Anyways, I know future people are watching me write right now. It's like, what? He's missing words. He's misspelling words. Yeah. I'm just freestyling. All of this is coming to me at right now in real time, and I need to stop interrupting myself because I just started writing something. Now I'm trying to figure out what I'm writing. Mm. 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 Let me see. September. My back is itching. I'm looking for something to scratch my back, y'all. I need to get a back scratcher. Somebody send me a back scratcher, please. Send me some money to my Cash App so I can buy a back scratcher. I'm serious. This incense box is gonna have to do today. A back scratcher would be better. Again, I'm freestyling, so. I gotta go somewhere else real quick. Y'all hold tight. Hold tight. I'll be right back. Let me turn the music off. How do you pause this? Where's the thing at? Pause it. Oh, there. Alright, hold on. Alright, you guys see what I have typed in. Crocodile in ancient Egypt. I tried alligators, but crocodile came up, so I'm assuming they didn't have alligators in Africa, freshwater. Maybe they do. I don't know. But something keeps pulling me in this direction, so I'm just gonna play the first thing that I see, and we'll see what type of information we.
The waterways of ancient Egypt teemed with crocodiles, an apex predator that can grow up to 6 meters in length. Nile crocodiles are ambush hunters. This means that they lie in wait, ready to snatch anything that strays too close. Some ancient Egyptian piloting a papyrus boat or bringing laundry to the riverbank had to be on constant lookout for crocodiles who might leap out of the water to drag them to their deaths. Many ancient Egyptian stories include scenes in which a crocodile eats an unsympathetic character, and one of the most fearsome monsters in Egyptian mythology, Ammit, is an amalgam of Egypt's most dangerous animals, the hippo, the lion, and the crocodile. But the ancient Egyptians did not just fear crocodiles, they also worshipped them, especially in the form of the god Sobek. But why?
Sobek.
Why would they celebrate, even feed and care for, the animal they feared most? And who is Sobek anyway? In this video, we'll consider the origins, beliefs, and practices surrounding Sobek in order to better understand why he was so important to ancient Egyptian religion. Along the way, we'll also explore questions of what makes a god powerful and how the ancient Egyptians reconciled the terrifying dangers of the natural world with their belief in the supremacy of the gods. You may have seen depictions of Sobek before. If you've ever seen an Egyptian god with the body of a human and the head of a crocodile, that's Sobek. He was the quintessential crocodile god of ancient Egypt. You might be tempted to ask, what was Sobek the god of? It's only natural to wonder, since it's common for Egyptian gods to be described in this way. Get
Okay, so before we go any further, just like I was writing, it was all freestyle. Excuse me. This is the part of the process of, if I didn't have the camera on, if this microphone wasn't in my face, I would be doing the same exact thing. Because now I have this alligator in my mind, but for the past, I don't even know, month, I've been thinking, okay, Egypt, but they didn't, I don't think they had alligators in Egypt, but it can still translate, you know what I mean? Crocodile and alligator, those are cousins, pretty much close cousins. Alligators are smaller, but maybe someone had a pet crocodile in at their, you know how people let pets go. Maybe somebody had a pet crocodile and let it go in the hole. Maybe they had two, a male and a female. That explains their eggs. I don't know all these details. That's the beautiful thing about this type of writing that I do, which I'm a gardener. I'm not an outliner. I've never outlined the story, maybe partially outlined, but I've never outlining. Basically, you know how the story is going to start, you know how the middle is going to go, and you know how the ending is going to go, and you put little notes throughout before you even start the story. And then you just keep the story within those, you know, barriers, those parameters. You don't stray too far out of those parameters, and that's outlining. Gardening is you plant a seed and you water it. That's what I do. So it's been almost 30 minutes, but we're gonna play a little bit more of this. I want to see if I can extract something from this, and then I'm gonna come back.
Is the god of the earth.
Let me turn it up a little bit
the
too.
Goddess of the sky, etc., etc. However, not all Egyptian deities can be defined in simplistic terms of a single crocodile god of ancient Egypt. You might be tempted to ask, what was Sobek the god of? It's only natural to wonder, since it's common for Egyptian gods to be described in this way. Geb is the god of the earth, Nut is the goddess of the sky, etc., etc. However, not all Egyptian deities can be defined in simplistic terms of a single domain. Sobek is one such example. In the places where he was worshipped, he was supreme, the giver of life in abundance, the bringer of the annual Nile flood, a source of protection from danger. His personality was not tied to a single characteristic, but included all of the benefits he provided to those who worshipped him. Now, if you really needed to define Sobek's personality in terms of a single characteristic, it would need to be the god of appetite. Just like real-life crocodiles, Sobek would eat nearly anything he could get a hold of. In the story of the murder of Osiris, the trickster god Seth cut up his brother's body and scattered the pieces throughout Egypt. Always hungry for anything edible that might float by, Sobek ate a piece of Osiris's body. He was punished for the crime by having his tongue cut out. The story serves as an etiology, or mythical explanation, for the fact that crocodiles don't seem to have tongues. Well, technically crocodiles do have tongues. Their tongues are held to the bottoms of the mouth by a membrane and don't move freely, so ancient observers thought they didn't have one at all. The story characterizes Sobek as unable to control his hunger. Not even the gods were safe while any part of them was within range of his jaws. Meanwhile, Sobek's sexual appetites were the stuff of legend. In various funerary texts, women and goddesses literally throw themselves at Sobek. He was so virile that they simply could not resist him. One of his epithets is Neb Metu, the Lord of Semen. I would show the hieroglyph
The
on
Lord
screen,
of
but it's
Seamen.
explicit enough that I think YouTube would demonetize this video if I did. This is
Wow.
a title not many would want to ascribe to themselves today, but one which characterized Sobek to the ancient Egyptians as being especially masculine and powerful. He was also known as he who steals wives from their husbands, an epithet that
Wow.
almost seems to have been taken from modern meme culture. Generally, Sobek was associated with the natural world. He was responsible for the annual Nile flood, perhaps even the creator of the Nile itself. Naturally, it was assumed that his creative energies applied to procreation as well. In a sense, every crocodile in Egypt was a child of Sobek. And since there's a lot of crocodiles around, as anyone could see, he must have been very busy fathering them all.
So Sobek got busy. Anyways, that was just part of, this is part of the process. It may go back to the alligator. I'm gonna add a couple more things here. Let's go. Let's do this. Alligator symbolism. Let's do this. This is 4 minutes. Let's go here. As you can see
Alligator
that.
symbolism and meaning. Alligators have lived on Earth for over 150 million years. When the dinosaurs began to die out 65 million years ago, it was the ancestors of today's alligators that survived. Like sharks, today's alligators have changed little from their prehistoric ancestors. It seems that evolution decided to break the alligator mold and leave it as it is. Because they have lived on Earth as long as their crocodile cousins and insects such as dragonflies, alligator symbolism contains ancient knowledge. They have in their DNA a blueprint of what the Earth used to be like long before humans and our industrial revolution came along. So, when the alligator as a spirit animal pays you a visit, it comes to alert you to the opportunities you've been overlooking. There is a lot going on in your environment. Unfortunately, you're not always aware of it. But trust the alligator to open your mind to it. This spirit animal has unbridled creative power. This power usually manifests in the ferocity, anger, and primal energy of the animal. This spirit totem comes to protect and preserve the knowledge you have acquired in your life. The alligator marks the end of a period and the beginning of a new one.
Okay.
This new period in your life means regeneration. You are able to create the balance you need to integrate new ideas into your life. The presence of the alligator in your life has a strong meaning, primal instincts. This totem represents your survival and your ability to reproduce. Similar as the snake, they both have some aspects in common. For example, they both strengthen your survival instinct. They open your eyes and mind to the precious value of your own life. Therefore, you are willing to do anything to protect it.
Okay.
What is the significance of the alligator? When the alligator waddles into your life, people recognize the raw power you represent. You can use this to catapult your life into higher realms. Hardships will not break you. Instead, they only serve to strengthen you, make you wiser and stronger. You learn to rely more on your instincts to survive. Over time, you gain a deep understanding of the world around you. You are able to recognize opportunities and act quickly to seize them. Don't be afraid of the changes that come with having this spirit totem in your life. Rather, use the changes to grow. Let the new wisdom guide you to become the person you are meant to be. The world out there is waiting for you to discover it. It beckons you to learn new lessons and experiences.
Okay.
The alligator gives you the strength to withstand life's challenges. You no longer have to duck when faced with difficult situations. Be assertive when you have to. It doesn't pay to always be nice to others. Otherwise, cunning individuals can take advantage of you to cash in on you.
All
What
right.
does alligator symbolize? Alligators are symbols of going with your gut and making sure your basic needs are met. We all need to eat and sleep, and we all need some level of security in our lives. The alligator spirit reminds you to cover the basics first and protect your downside. Then you can truly thrive and get what you want out of life. Alligators are symbols of going with your gut and making sure your basic needs are met. We all need to eat and sleep, and we all need some level of security in our lives. The alligator spirit reminds you to cover the basics first and protect your downside. Then you can truly thrive and get what you want out of life. The alligator is also a symbol of patience and tenacity, so if you are moving forward with your life but feel like things are taking forever to happen, the alligator spirit may be helping you out. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Yes, I did.
Let me know in the comments below which topics you want me to cover next. Also, don't forget to check out more videos on this channel.
I will. So that's why you keep looking, you keep searching. I was going to go to Google and read some stuff, but we're at 36, almost 36 and a half minutes. We're going to leave it right here, y'all. I appreciate y'all stopping by. But as you can see, this is all freestyling. This is how I research. Oftentimes I'll go to Google and read up on things, or I'll go to a website, an actual website, or I'll go to YouTube. But I like this one. I like the alligator video better than the crocodile video. So I may watch this more videos on alligators and the symbolism of alligators. But the alligator came to me in this story years ago, and I've never really implemented it. So now I'm going through that process of implementing. All of my books have symbolism in them. You may not realize it, but all of them do. Like even from the names of people. In my book, Saving Miss Caroline, Travis, if you research the name Travis, it means traveler, transitioning from one stage to another. And Saving Miss Caroline is certainly a coming of age story. And it actually shows him traveling from South Carolina to Harlem, New York, and then traveling back to South Carolina. But it's so much that goes into every book that I write. Belinda, that's another character in the book, Saving Miss Caroline. Belinda means beautiful snake. Belinda is his stepmom, his dad's wife. Anyways, with all that being said, man, salute to all you all for stopping by. And I appreciate it. Hit that comment. Leave a comment, hit that like, share the video, all that good stuff. Till next time, this is Anthony L. Kelly. This has been Bajillion 138. I'm out.